probably about 3.5 miles. McMurtry and all that, Hogan's Branch, 100%, is probably about 4.5 miles. But my problem is we can't go east. Everything else is done. And then Mansker Creek, I did it
Why can't you go
because
east? Why can't you go east?
there is a man on the man that owns the property just short. So you've heard of Worsham's, correct? So if
Yeah,
you look up Worsham's, look up right there. Shit, man. If
I
you,
got Google Earth.
yeah. Here you
I
go.
might be able
Here,
to play it. I'm not sure. It's been a long time.
hold on. Let me go to. Let me pull up maps real quick, and this way I can explain it to you a lot better. So if you look at Worsham's and where it's at, right? Let's go
Mm-hmm.
down. There's Beach Market. So
Worshams. Sounds like some type of warts that Nick has on his ass.
yeah.
Worshams.
Well, if you look at Beach Market, bro, so right there, there's a house in a big field with a pond and a house. Now, mind you, law enforcement searched that creek area, the house, searched right there where the pond is, everything. But in behind there, where you start seeing this, right where the pond is, you'll see a tree line that looks kind of like a comma, weirdly. There's a pond, a circle of trees, and then like a line. It literally looks like a comma. Um, that
Right.
right there butts up. This man owns 250 acres right there and another 200 back behind it.
Damn.
Never been
Oh,
searched.
older man or something? He's an older man or
Yeah, and it's family driven land. I mean, he used to own all that over there.
is it
He
just him, Steve? Is it just him by
Yes.
himself? So
No, no, no.
there's no way going around him or asking somebody different.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Law enforcement, dude, he's turned law enforcement down multiple times now. And he said, "Look, I don't mind you."
Why though? He's got shift going. Obviously, he's got stuff going on out back there.
That's
Uh,
what that's what. See, and
that's weird.
that's the criminal side of me. Like, and I hate to say it, man, because
Yeah. No.
I'm like,
Yeah,
why else would you keep
100%.
somebody off that?
That's it. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when you said that. Because listen, dude, there's a missing kid, and you have some volunteers that are asking if they can go walk the land. So I guess it's I could see somebody saying no. I can understand somebody saying no to some random person better than than law enforcement.
Well,
But
that's in.
once some yeah, but once you say once law enforcement asks about if they can go out there and search, and you tell them no, that's exactly what that means. There's only why would you say that? It's a missing
Bro.
kid. The guy has something going on back there. He's got something illegal going on, some
Yep.
operation, or something worse. Who knows? But there's a
Yep.
reason why he don't want y'all there,
So
and
so check
that's
this
crazy.
out.
Yeah.
So me and Steve, we were talking. So I work with Steve pretty close in this case, and also with Holland Snap. And me and Steve were talking about it, and because I was upset, I was like, "How can he tell law enforcement no? This doesn't make no sense, man. That should have gave them probable cause. Wrong. They have to see probable cause can only be given like so. If they wanted to search that property and get a warrant, it would be a warrant based on the suspicion of Sebastian being over there, right?
Right.
Well, I'm like, well, he was seen going that direction, but he wasn't, and he has to be seen within so many yards of this property to be able to execute said warrant. So there's nothing law enforcement can do.
Let me
Nothing.
ask you this, right? I mean, well, that's a hike, but you said it's like it's 250. Is it like a square property?
No,
Like
man,
land?
it's very hard terrain, very kind of almost hexagon type. Like it's weird, right? So if you used to think of those
Go
little
around
ring
and
light.
sneak in. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you to do anything, but
No, I got you.
probably a will is a
I've
way,
done,
you
been
know.
there, done that one already. But I got caught in Bowman. I had the sheriff's department call. They was, let me say this, man. They were real cool about it. It was a misunderstanding between like people communicating who could get where, and sheriff's department said, "Hey, Steven." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm somewhere." He's like, "You own the Bowman property?" I was like, "Maybe." He's like, "Yeah, you probably want to get off of that property." And I'm like, "Shit."
Hey,
So,
can I? Have you ever? Let me ask you this, and don't answer it if you don't want to. By all
no, it's
means,
good, man.
not as of recent, right? Not as of recent, but like maybe in the beginning ish, or anytime, but as of recently.
Okay.
Do you remember like any correspondence between SF? Have you ever seen SF and Seth communicate? Have you ever seen how Seth acts towards SF? Is there animosity there, or you never seen it?
I'm gonna say this from what I understood is that he has he has tried, and this is at the very beginning, but since being retained by Chris and Katie on Sebastian's behalf, I
The
don't
animosity.
know. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think that what he's just trying to do is focus on Sebastian because again, a lot of people think, oh, he's getting all this. He's doing this. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, man. He's asked very hard questions to to them, man. We've all
I
been
bet.
sitting there, and it's
I bet
like,
he has.
and
Dude, he's
he
found a lot of missing people. He's found like a lot. It's comical when they call him a fake PI. He's found a lot of missing people.
no.
He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Just well, what was that? Young man that was missing in Nevada or Arizona or wherever it was. 5 months he was missing. They thought they swore up and down. His whole the young man's
Thank you
family,
very much.
unfortunately. Do what?
It is sus. This is the first time I'm actually hearing about that. She sent me a super chat. It says
Oh,
very
yeah.
sus if you don't let anyone search. Have you guys? I know you've
We
probably
just
wrapped your head.
verified it still hasn't been searched too, because that was one of my questions. Actually, was you hear me on my video the other day?
Is he an older man, Stephen?
Yes, yes.
You know, you guys might want to go at it about sending a woman in to ask. That would be my best
That's a
advice.
really good
Send a woman
idea.
in that it has like a they can talk good, you know, and if a
Yeah. So yeah, he absolutely does. His biggest thing in his head, even with we told him,
yeah, or
yeah.
yeah, my wife was saying like maybe he's afraid he has some moonshine back there or something like
Well,
maybe have the lady say, look, man, we just want to look. We don't give a shit what you got going on out here, what you
he
have
kept
going. You did, yeah, of course you did.
he kept
It's
talking about so we told him we'd give him waiver of what what's it we so I carry a piece of paper with me. It's a waiver of liability, right? And then I also have insurance on what we call event. You have to use an event insurance. So like I use my auto owners for my business and all that stuff. I call Alan, hey man, I need to plan this date out. So, like, if somebody asks for a waiver and they want you to be insured, all you got to do is you can't do the search that day. It has to be a planned event. So, even if it's a one-person party event, it still has to be planned. And we even told, got the information to him. Look, hey man, we can insure this. We can do it. His biggest thing that he keeps talking about is getting hurt. He don't want nobody hurt and getting sued. And
Oh,
when
so
I
wait,
say
wait, wait.
this,
Back up,
lots
back
of
up, back
money.
up. I got a question. So, to search for a missing kid, you have to have that insurance on you.
So let's say, yeah, if somebody's got a private property and as an independent person like me,
Damn.
like with, yeah, so if you have somebody like,
The reason I'm
S,
asking, the reason
go
I'm
ahead.
asking is I know for a fact Betty does not have that because I didn't have that, and we were out there searching. But
No, it's very rare, man. What you want me to tell you what it does? It allows this. It is what has allowed me to be able to get access. When I say, "Hey, man, look, I know you got private property. You're not wanting nobody on it, but if I can come to the table with all this that protects you and myself, would you let me do it?" And then the next thing is a film clause. I put everything on a GoPro. Do you want to see it first before it goes out? Usually, it's no. They don't care. Just don't show the
yeah, so
house.
that's
Don't
like
show
an
stuff
added
like that.
layer of like security. Like, hey man, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go here. You don't have to worry about me suing you, like that. So yeah, I would, man. I don't know, chat. What do you think if he sends a lady in, maybe to ask? Um,
I wish they would just let law enforcement, man. Let them do one good big hoorah, like get several. I mean, dude, even if it's just
he's got
50
something back there. Too. He's probably got moonshine back there, or maybe he's growing. Is weed legal in Tennessee?
No, not yet. I don't think it ever will be, man.
He's probably there's no telling what he's got back there, which is crazy to say, but
A
You
lot of
know,
people say it's old money, like he's very old money, like he's got lots and lots of it. I just don't see. I find it. I'm a little bit conspiracy sometimes, man. And some part of me is like, man, I could understand that. Like, if he was like somebody gets hurt, they can easily sue me and I lose all of it. But really, I don't know. It's hard to go past that. And when I was talking to Steve, yes, it was the day before yesterday. Because if you hear in Drake's Creek video, because we're kind of up in arms, man. There's nothing else to do. Like, I go check on spots people come in, but they have to be validated. Um, Matter of fact, one of my close psychic friends is mad at me right now because, truthfully, I mean, there's a point to where it's like realistic and not realistic. It's like logic versus non-logic. Dude, I spent 3.5 months on Old Hickory Lake, and everybody thought, oh well, Steven's out there. It's not just me. There was actually two other guys that nobody even knows about, and I met them. One's a 39-year-old retired Army guy, and the other one is a 50-something, 60-year-old man that was retired, and they said that they was out there doing the same thing. I met them over at Bluegrass Yacht Club, and they was like, "Yeah, we're not on social media, but we've been out here looking." And I'm like, "That's awesome." And
what
again, there's people that's out here doing it that you will never even know it's doing it. But the problem you have is the same very people that are coming online and making a mockery and, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I have yet to see any of them. Any of
what?
them.
How far? How far is the dude that won't let y'all go search? I'm
From
not
Sebastian's.
from Tennessee, so from like uh well, yeah. How far is it from A to B? Just roughly, like from
Okay.
neighborhood to neighborhood.
Okay, so like if you was to come outside of Sebastian's house and go to the end of Stafford and you're looking at Kellen and
Mhm.
you're looking straight at Beach and Warsham's, you're probably 2.5 miles, 3 miles.
Oh my God, this guy's a dick. This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in the chat. Y'all give him some. Give him some. So I don't know. I would say send a lady in, and what I'm. Sometimes it's an older man, y'all. So this is what I'm thinking, right? Send a woman in. You know, sometimes it's hard to tell a woman no.
Yeah.
Even if you want to shoo them away, you answer the door. Depending on how persistent they are, you just give in.
Yeah.
But she's got to be good. You'd be all right. Go ahead, man. Listen, I got some weed back there, man. You didn't see it,
Right.
or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
I count my shit.
yeah,
No, man. I don't know. I do know that I pleaded and so yeah, yeah.
yeah. But this is two. Yeah. Here's why this is important, and I know you guys already know this, but I didn't even know this until you came up. But 2.5 miles, I could. This is what I could see, shoes or no shoes, a 16-year-old boy walking that, because
Yeah.
I know a road by my house that's 2 miles. As a matter of fact, I used to ride it. I used to ride this road up and down when I was that age, on feet, playing football on my bike a million times. It's nothing. I could do it like it's nothing. He could definitely walk that,
Well, you
right?
knew y'all are aware of so in Caltapo I put it on there a while back. So I don't know which one it was. It's probably 4 or 5 lives ago, and I'm talking, showing Caltapo, which was a little odd because just like anything else, man, I noticed on the map there was a red dot. It said cave with campfire and gloves. And I'm like, what? So that's where I go. I go straight there and I go into the cave, and sure enough, there was. It looked like somebody built a fire and burnt an animal almost. And then there was actually, I don't know, it looked like it was big enough shit to be a human almost, but it had to have been coyote. But again, then I look on the other part of the map and check this out. An hour and 35 minutes southeast going towards Knox Doss, there's a road called Jones Road. There was a sighting of a kid wearing black pants, black shirts, had glasses on, looked to be dirty. And I'm like,
Mhm.
why didn't nobody talk about this? So then I go to Jones Lane. I notice on the Caltampo, it's a really bushy area. It says high brush need fleur system. Well, then I go and arrive there the other day and it's been leveled. completely
Damn.
level. I'm like, and it shows how much we are racing against time because things are just changing rapid in Hendersonville. Hendersonville is one of the fastest growing cities outside of Spring Hill, Tennessee. Um, I'd say it's in the top 4 or 5 of that, and it's frightening because and everybody's like, well, I don't understand why you keep continuing to look and why you're doing this. Look, man, I will be straight up with y'all. Like, it's a 2 to 5% chance, but that 2 to 5% chance is what keeps me going. I will say that I feel I've not seen any sign of him. Not a nothing. But the only thing that came up that will always forever haunt me, which most of my followers know this, is July 25th when I would submit a bunch of stuff over to a sonar reading that looked like a body in the water. I get Tim Bailey on an email. It all goes back. They say they're coming out there. I waited 4 days. They never showed up. Finally, on the fourth day, it had rained 4 days already to that. Now, May 11th, we had a big flood. Where I saw this body silhouette on sonar was at the end of Mansker Creek, going into the mouth of the Cumberland. Guess where that creek leads all the way up to? Goodlettsville Park. Guess where Goodlettsville Park is off of Long Hollow, 4 miles from his home.
4 miles.
Yep. And so I couldn't let it go. And everybody's like, I don't understand why you keep going. It's like, dude, I got a picture of what looks like a skull in the water. And I have sonar readings that I'm being told that's a log, which looks like a person. And I've had 4 people, 3 of them divers, one retired. Not to mention, I have now paid money for for a couple people to look at that said sonar and say the same damn thing. That's not a log.
All
There's
right.
no,
I hear what you're saying, but I want to take you back because the
sorry.
chat the chat no you know better than, like I said, I've been defending you even with the mistake or whatever. You've been out
I
there, more
appreciate you,
than
man.
most people. It's the truth, dude. But people are saying I don't know why this one. I didn't think of it. Don't even respond to these. Let me just put these on the screen for you guys
Yeah,
for you.
got you. Yeah, you're good.
So back to the 2.5 mile when the guy with all that land that says no. There's a reason why I said don't respond to him because of this. This I think would be an excellent idea because someone else said before that. Where's it at? Somebody said maybe somebody flirty.
Yeah, I can get you
So,
in
but
there.
here's something. Don't try to trick. We're which is true. But the place, the guy that's 2.5 miles away. Oh, here it is. Um, Another good idea.
See,
Now,
let me.
here's what I want to ask you. Plain Eye says, did the guy ever, when you ask him, did he ever say, "Hey, I searched it myself"?
Yes, yes. He said
He
now.
did say
So
that.
let me say this. He did. So what we got told from somebody that's in at the law enforcement that works with Wagner. Well, I can't say it dude's name. Ken, who led the EMA operations. Um, what is it? Okay. All right. Sorry, my wife wants me to. She's making me go get her chocolate shake.
All
Um,
right.
but no. So from
Hey,
what?
listen, whenever you're on a live or something that happens, hit that mute button down there.
Yeah.
Not that she
Sorry.
said that, because
No,
you
you're
know these
good.
morons. If God forbid she says something, if she did, no, hit that mute button. That's what I
Oh
do.
yeah. Absolutely. Sorry about that, man.
No,
But no.
you're good.
So
I'm trying to help you. She didn't
they,
say
I,
anything wrong. I'm saying that.
so we got told, and I'm not gonna name drop it, but one of the persons said, "Hey, no, he did have a few of his family come out, and they went out on ATVs and everything, and apparently, I it's got a lot. He swears up and down that it's over now." Mind you, me and Cletus went out there on that creek going all the way down to this property. And there is 100-foot drops off of bluffs in his area, and I mean 100. I mean you look straight up at them, and so I don't know if that's part of it. It's hard for me to understand. But if you look at the topography, right? the topography shows that it is extremely like extreme terrain. It's not some simple navigation or nothing like that. And that's where a lot of people failed to kind of understand where LE was
No,
coming in.
no, that's really important. Listen, that's so important what you're saying. So I've only been to Tennessee once, and it was to where Don and Candace live, which is in Hawkins County. And I talked to Cletus on my live once, and so Sebastian's only like 2 hours from there, right? How far is that from Hawkins County? Did we lose him? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
How far is Hawkins County from Hendersonville?
I want to
2
say
hours?
about three
3
hours. Yeah,
hours?
right. Yeah, about 3 hours. Yeah.
I'm asking Cletus because I there's like a lot of mountains in Hawkins County, and it's not crazy terrain, but I've been watching stuff on YouTube. People are looking in like these caves and stuff for Sebastian. I never saw
Yep.
that just three hours away. I never saw any caves. And it's just completely different. The landscape is extremely important for people to understand because to be honest, I don't even know how good you could even explain this. I knew a lot about the Summer Wells case. Then I went there, and until you experience it, it's a completely different ball game. It's and I think a lot of people on the internet in these cases don't understand that. You know what I
They
mean? And
don't.
it's very hard to explain, like because I'm not from a mountain state myself. It's very flat here in Florida.
Well,
So you know, I'm watching these lives and paying attention, and people are talking about the dog lost its scent, this and that. For me, I'm picturing it in my head, but I'm thinking Florida, but I have no idea where this little girl lives at, right? And it's so different. And now I've actually been there, so I guess I try to put myself there for the Sebastian stuff. And from what I'm learning, it's even more different. It's so confusing. You know what I mean? Hard to explain.
yes. Well, and so I'm involved with Holland Snap's case, right? And Layla, and I went out there, and it's crazy because I'm up in the mountains, and I was talking to Steve about this. I was like, dude, our shit over here is worse than the mountains, and I don't know if it's because of how I don't. You know what? I'm not going to explain something I don't know how to explain. At why it's worse, I don't get it. But it's just this little area, and then Middle Tennessee. If you look up on the cave stuff, you can Google this geo stuff, and it'll bring up all the caves for Tennessee. And one of the most
Yeah.
impressive things was Middle Tennessee holds a lot of. There's 110 cave systems underneath Sumner County alone, and it's
Wow.
like, what? So it tells you that the elevation here, it's just rocky, man. And you would, I don't know, with
Do you know
Summer's
this on the
case.
screen? Do you know this? Do you know what they're saying on the screen? It says access the bridge that goes over the Cumberland River a little south of the old Hickory Dam, where the river has strong bends. That's where you should search.
So
I don't.
Ethan, I set out two GPS trackers in Drake's Creek and also on the other side of the dam, where we caught 13 eddies, and I went and searched all 13 eddies. That's back pulls that come off of those bends real hard. But yes, they have been actively searched, and we continue to do it. The problem we have is I wish there were just more people, because I'm a white boy. You probably know this. It's different when you ask. This is where I get frustrated. I asked people to meet me up. I also said, hey, the second weekend out of January, anybody that wants to come search, holler at me. Do you know how many
Nobody
people?
comes. Nobody comes.
Nobody.
Zero.
Nobody
I
shows
know
up.
all about it. I know all about it. That's why I laugh at these people who make these promises and stuff. It's just you'll have viewers and subscribers willing to help you before any
Yep.
channel reporting case every single night. It's great. Yeah, I've been in those exact shoes. It's nuts, man.
I don't know how
It's
you
nuts.
dealt with it.
You can't. And you know what's crazy is you're baffling my mind with this guy with the land, and he's got all this land. Wait, 250 acres. Like, even if he said, hey man, Stephen, I thought about it and you can come over tomorrow and search, you would need a team to search that much land.
Yes.
And it's so close to the house. Like, that's a very, like, it's so crazy.
That's wild you say that. I swear yesterday on my Drake's video, because a lot of people ask, like, hey, why are you going back to certain locations or going to areas? And it's like, honestly, now I'm at a point I have to get on that property